Here's one of our favourite moments from Jason Lauren.
Check out the full show on our podcast feed.
I want to revisit something that happened yesterday on the show.
You're hesitant to revisit this. I'm going to put it out there.
We spoke to Janelle, who has packed in her career and now become a psychic. Will we still be on the air together this time next year?
Absolutely.
What else?
I see a really beautiful relationship between the two of you.
We're not going to have an affair or anything like that, are we?
I
No,
don't need
God,
Janelle
no.
to tell me that's a strong no. Okay, but the weird thing about that was Janelle was just calling up as a caller.
Yep.
Based on a phone topic, have you changed careers due to COVID? And she said, yes, I'm now a psychic, doing that professionally. But the weird thing about it was that about 45 minutes before that, this happened in a very private conversation off air, you and I sitting in the studio, but our cameras are rolling. So they capture everything we talk about, which I need to remember on the odd occasion. I do forget that. But this happened about 45 minutes before Janelle called up. Have you ever been to a psychic?
We've got a friend of ours who's a psychic. No. I don't believe in it, but she's picked a few things.
How weird.
God, I'm quite enthusiastic off the air, aren't I?
No, you're not. You're probably on your 19th piece of toast and your 18th coffee by that point. Your head hanging down. Like, what am I doing here? That gives you a real insight into Jace's off-air and on-air characters.
I'm not the whole psychic-loving person.
So, interestingly, I don't mind a psychic. And recently I've been thinking, it's been a while since I've seen my spiritual healer.
Yeah, I'm due to get ripped off.
I feel like I'm being drawn back to her, so I should probably go and see her again when we can. And that's why I brought it up with you. And then 45 minutes, a different psychic called. She was thinking of us. It was in the air. Psychics are real, baby. And I'm going to try and convince you.
You won't.
But I need some help from the people at home. Have you seen a psychic? Did it come true? What happened? What's your weird psychic story?
The only way.
131065.
The only way you'll convince me, right, that they don't just check your social media accounts and make up generic statements, is if people ring up and they specifically told you something, and I'm talking specifics, and it came true.
So before I was dating Paul,
Yep.
You're not going to believe this,
The unit, yep.
The unit, this spiritual healer psychic that I see, said to me, and I was I had a house in Fitzroy, very urban Melbourne, and she said, you're going to have a sea change, and I can see you right now. You're standing on the beach with a tall, sandy-haired man. And then I moved to Byron with Paul after I met him.
Question, were all previous boyfriends tall?
No.
Really?
Yes.
I still think that's quite generic.
You reckon?
Yes.
You can have a sea. I would never. Why would I have ever? This is pre-COVID.
She didn't say Byron. She just said sand. You could have been eating fish and chips down at Brighton. And
No,
met
she said
some
you're
tall
having a
dude.
sea change. You're moving to the beach. And then I went and lived in Byron. A year later, I was in Byron, standing on the beach with Paul, and we were looking at a block of land to buy. And I said to him, this is it. This is the moment that Kylie predicted.
Oh, God. How much do you pay Kylie?
None of your business.
Oh, God, it's more than 100, isn't it? 200?
None of your business. I'm going to send you there.
Oh, absolutely not.
Have
I'd
you
rather
ever
sit at
been to a
home and just
psychic, Clint, in the newsroom?
burn my
I haven't
money.
actually.
Oh, they're so... No, okay.
I was keen.
And there are good and bad. You would love my Kylie.
131065 is our
Spiritual
number.
healer, Reiki, medium.
Rip off. What
Nah,
has
ha,
this...
Thank you.
Did you just wave your finger at me
Yeah, I
like
did.
I am a child?
I did. It worked.
131065 is our number. What has a psychic predicted for you? And it's come true.
The Jason Lauren Podcast.
We're talking psychics. Now, yesterday I asked Jace if he was into psychics. He said no, literally, and that was off-air chat, private conversation, literally 45 minutes. We randomly had a psychic call us, and I'm quite into psychics. And I've just looked at my notes, because I often write them down after I see them. May 20, 2020. In 9 months' time, there will be a bigger job, and it will change your life to routine from being all over the place.
I don't mean to be rude, but at that point you didn't have a job. So any job would look like a big job.
That's pretty wild, though.
No, it's quite generic statements is what they tell you.
Are you kidding?
Now, I know-
I've never had routine. That was May. In about February, which is 9 months later, Chatty Tony called me and asked if I'd be interested in this
So
job.
he's in bed with the bloody psychic.
He's not in bed with Kylie. Shout out to Kylie, by the way.
131065 is our number. If you can prove to me that psychics are real, then yes, I will allow a psychic on the show to
Will
do
you go and see
readings.
my Kylie?
Absolutely not.
Nah, because you're too scared.
Okay.
You're too scared that you're going to find out. what's gonna
Rachel
happen to
in Langwarrin. Rachel, what happened with you?
So I went and saw a psychic / healer. Not too sure what they were. I'm not really a believer in it. And she was like, "Oh, your brother's looking over you." And I was like, "I don't have a brother."
Oh.
Then she's like, "Do you know a priest?" And I was like, "No." And then she said, "No, he's definitely Brother Andrew. And I was like, I literally was like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yep.
I left. I called my mom, and my mom's like, "Yeah, you're a twin. You had a brother."
Oh.
And, like, I asked Mum, I said, "What was his name? Like, did you pick a name or anything like that?" And she's like, "Yeah, we were tossing up between two names, Michael and Andrew." And I was like,
Oh.
"Okay, that's creepy."
Was
Had your
Andrew
mum-
ever born?
No, he wasn't ever born.
Had your mum ever posted about it on social
Don't.
media?
No, my mum had told
She didn't
no
even-
one.
she didn't
She
even-
told
probably
no
kill me
one.
for doing this.
Yeah, right.
She didn't
Yeah.
even tell Rachel.
No.
Okay.
She didn't tell
I've got
anyone.
goosebumps all over.
Did the psychic used to work in a maternity ward? And has she met your mum previously?
Come on. That's
No,
undeniably.
she's never met my mum. Well, she's met my mum now because after I told my mum's like, "I have to go."
Yeah, right. Okay.
Was her name Kylie?
Oh, Jesus.
No.
What are you on, an endorsement deal?
Let's talk off here.
Use
We'll trade
Lauren
notes.
code 49 if you go and visit Kylie.
It's not a pyramid scheme, mate. It's a psychic.
It
All
sounds
right.
like a pyramid scheme. That I'll be honest, that one's pretty spooky. All right, let's
Janelle.
move in.
Oh, Janelle.
Oh, we've
Good
got
morning.
her back.
Good morning.
Ah, Janelle was the psychic that called up yesterday. Did you hear us before saying that I was talking about psychics 45 minutes before you just happened to call, Janelle?
No, I had no idea.
See? Thank you.
I was swimming in the ocean. Yeah.
I thought it was a stitch up too.
Janelle, did you
Yeah.
know we were going to get you back on today?
Yes.
Yes, I knew that.
Well, that's
Hey.
because one of our producers rang and said, "Hey, Janelle, do you want to come back on the show?"
Now, I always think that with psychics and mediums and spiritual healers, you have to play the long game, right? So I know in my personal experience, it's been like 9 months to a year before I have a light bulb moment where I'm like, oh my God, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because if you look for it in the short period, it's like then you go a bit crazy.
Play the long game. Might take 50 years for what I've told you to come
Okay,
true.
can you just lose the little
Sorry,
smart
sorry,
aleck?
Sorry.
Thank you.
I know. I've
Janelle.
been listening to him being so cynical this morning.
Could you predict, and now I'm sceptical about this too,
Sure.
could you predict something that could happen in the next 24 hours?
I am more than willing to give it a go. So it's, as you know, not normally how we'd work, but I'm more than willing to give it a go. I've asked my guides to step in and help me to convince this cynical, beautiful man that it really works. So
Okay, are we
I'm
going to
not-
do this now?
I'm not paying the guides as well.
I
It's
think-
one fee here, all right? Just want to let everyone know.
no fee.
Okay,
no
so just
fee
want to
from the
confirm.
goodness of my heart.
Just want to confirm you are now going to predict something that will happen in the next 24 hours. And
Yeah.
then this time tomorrow, when we check in with you, if it's happened and it's specific, I admit psychics are real. What
Okay.
are you predicting?
All right. So I know that you have 3 significant family members in spirit, and they are trying to contact you. But I'm not going to go into depth connection with that because it's putting you on the spot. But you are going to get a symbol from them over the next 24 hours, and I see that in the way of a feather. So I see that in the way of a white feather. I feel that it could have a little bit of black on the downside, but definitely a white tip is what I see within that feather. And the other thing I see is abundance, which is always nice. Now, you're not going to win the lottery, but I do see you coming across just like, oh, what? There's a 50 there. I didn't know I had it there, whether that's in a random spot in the car, whether that's in your pocket. I just see some unexpected abundance coming into your life within the next 24 hours, as well as that significant visit from spirit.
In the form of a feather? Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Imagine if I get home today and lose, like, let's have a pillow fight, and the pillow breaks open, feathers go everywhere, and money falls out. Oh, God.
Okay,
Yeah.
just take
Then
it
you can eat
seriously.
your words tomorrow.
Am I going to find heaps of cash too?
You've got enough.
Feeling a bit like a shag on a rock over here.
Okay, so, all right. Okay, because I have lost certain family members.
Yeah.
And you think there'll be a sign in the form of a
Yeah.
feather.
Yeah, there's already signs, but you're not paying attention because you don't believe.
Okay, we will chat
Yeah.
this time
Yeah.
tomorrow, and I will keep my
Perfect.
eyes open for a feather and money.
Awesome.
Wow. I have sweaty palms. with excitement.
I think it's a massive long shot. Massive.
I hope a magpie swoops you and the feather, black and white feather, just falls out and lands in front of you after it's banged you in the head.
I really do hope there is a sign from like a past
Wouldn't that
family.
be nice?
It would. I'd actually be
I
quite
think,
emotional.
can I just say, I think if this happens, you could find it highly cathartic.
Sorry.
Cathartic. Cathartic? Cathartic.
We're
That's
not going.
a purge of emotions is what I'm trying to say.
We're not going anywhere till you nail this word. What is it?
It's cathartic,
Yep, spot on. Cathartic.
which means a purge of emotions. You'll find it highly emotional. I was just trying to sound smarter. Ballsed it up deluxe.
It's just gone 18 past.
I
8.
hope 2 magpies swoop you.
Thanks for listening to the Jason Lauren podcast. For more great content, check them out on socials at Jason Lauren.